Hey guys, and welcome back to Star Fox Adventures. In the last part, we got a Krazoa Spirit, and we got the last Spellstone. Well, the third Spellstone, I should say, from the Walled City, and I guess we saved the King Earthwalker or whatever. And now we're actually going to go back to the Volcano Force Point Temple to deliver the Spellstone.
Fox!
Is your neck okay?
No! Don't ask!
So since we've already unlocked the route and we know exactly where to go, we just cut right back to the Force Point Temple.
You mentioned part of why you're surprised at how little of the game is left is because most of it is just like backtracking and faffing about.
Yeah, pretty much. I would imagine if this game came out around this era and fast travel was a thing, this game would be even shorter. Like, this Let's Play would end up being, I'd say, 8 parts.
Oh. Already a 2-part deficit.
I was already surprised at how little was actually left, mainly because, well, part of the reason was because I haven't played it in years, so I didn't actually remember what the end point was. But as I started getting further and further, it all started coming back to me. And looking at it from an overall perspective, yeah, this game actually is shorter than it appears.
They were clearly running out of time after a point.
Yeah, they were running out of development time, but I will admit some of the puzzles, or I should say, of like kind of knowing what you're supposed to do next is what I feel like was kind of stumping me a lot when I was a kid, or like in general, like that's where most of your time is gonna go, trying to figure out how do you get from point B to C.
Well, how do I get there now?
Well, Fox has a very interesting idea that didn't pan out very well. I was hoping he would just climb up the wall, but it didn't happen. So we have to climb up this platform, get rid of the fire, and then we're able to climb on it. Or we can just fall through the other side.
Okay.
Brr. Chilly.
No, get back down!
Hey, good job, Fox. You actually got one.
Only one, ever.
Ever.
God, you don't give a fuck.
I mean, it's hard to when my health bar is this big and I have health crates ready to go. See? Back to good. Good as new. Tricky. Okay, it looked like it was his head was
Right.
about to get crushed.
Like fucking squish.
Scrunch. Oh, can't go there just yet, Fox, for fuck's sake. We have to do the put out the fire gimmick we did again, but instead of just like deactivating them, we have to do it in a certain order. I have a feeling that it may be related to the crystals you get, like how blue gives you, it fills up your meter entirely, and then yellow is the second best. But the order is blue, green, red, then yellow, so I'm not actually sure about that. And to my knowledge, there is no, like, message or anything around this room which gives you a hint. But they do give you enough jewels so that way you can just kind of keep trying until you eventually get it.
You had your shield up, and then you decided, nah, fuck it.
Oh, I can't beat Freeze.
He's just ready to die.
Stay.
It took a lot of energy for Fox to contemplate to talk to Tricky, that's why it took a while.
It's like when you need help. The easiest way to ask, and your problems will be over faster, but you have to talk to people.
Fox for the first time felt social anxiety. He didn't have it before.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's not having a good day with the fire.
No, he's not.
I swear I'm not doing it to be funny, like, oh man, this fire gag is gonna be really well. No, I'm really just falling like an idiot. Tricky.
Stay.
Okay, so this room is a little annoying. Mainly because a mixture of Tricky not doing what he's supposed to, and having to time your fire blaster to the thing.
Oh my god, Tricky.
So, you can already see what we're trying to do, right?
Yes.
We gotta get Tricky to sit on the stupid switch so that way the platform can move and I can get a better shot at the torch.
The fact that he keeps repeating that there's something near is making me want to throw him into a house that is not his, so he'll get arrested.
So I'm trying to call him, and he says I'm not doing it. Please. Please.
Oh, thank God. He's gonna walk off, isn't he?
If he did, I would have said, so Star Fox Adventures got delayed for another 3 weeks. I speed this up because...
Oh, this looks awful.
Yeah, I'm fighting the control stick, Tricky, and the platform.
This may be the worst room in the game.
It's the second worst.
It's the first worst coming up.
Not in this video, but it's coming.
Okay. Tune in, fellas.
I thought he would be able to. Hey, 2-in-1. Nice job.
Gaboosh.
I was hoping Fox would actually just jump off and grab to the platform because I thought it was close enough, but it wasn't.
The problem is you put your trust in Fox.
But I'm supposed to trust his instincts. That's the whole point.
No, he's supposed
He
to trust
trusts his own.
instincts. Yeah,
Oh.
you trust whatever the fuck you want. Fuck James's ass. You fucking dead.
Well, I think I have to pull that off my resume from now on.
Rodimus Contreras. Fucking trust Fox instincts.
I'll put that under skills.
That is a skill, isn't it?
And with that, we only have one spellstone left until the planet's completely repaired. And then we can cash out unless the check bounces.
They're giving us an IOU.
Just a dinosaur's eyeball.
I hope you guys are ready for
Jesus.
one of those parts of this game.
Tickle fights.
Yeah. This part is pretty great because the game set me up to get hit automatically there. If you noticed, I was away from the mushroom before the cutscene started. We have to save all of the Thorntails by shooting the little bat creatures because I guess they had enough of Fox. And I guess they were mad that he got 2-in-1. So remember how I said the control stick is a problem? We have to go and shoot a grand total of, I think, 40-something of these.
Oh.
30-something. I think in total it might actually amount to like 28. But we have to shoot our blaster and get them. And we're also running out of magic when we do that, and we have to go around the whole map to get all of them, and you have to fight the control stick, and you're timed.
I'm gonna fucking punch my TV looking at this gameplay.
Once again, you come to the aid of our tribe.
But now we
You
can't
are a
sleep.
True hero, Fox. Look, fella, I'm not paid enough to keep
Our beacons went out, and we need you to get some fireweed
I've got
again.
this for you. Yeah, well, thanks.
Hope you guys like that Star Fox Adventures humor.
This bag can hold more books.
Bugs.
Yay. So, Slippy directly, without me prompting him immediately, tells you the next hint.
You've got money, go spend money.
If you remember way back when we actually went to the Thorntail store, there was like a golden root, and we kind of looked at it, and I was like, haha, that won't come into play. Well, it's time for it to come into play.
Oh boy.
But first things first, we gotta get a refill on our scarabs. We're a little low.
Only 128.
Yeah, I mean, he gave us our sack can hold 200 now.
It's this guy. You pay this
want to tear your nostrils out.
So the comments mentioned that, hey, there actually is a point to him staring at you. If you use the control stick, you can haggle. We're gonna learn real quick that I'm bad at haggling.
That's too low. No, that's too low.
Because there's no point to haggling. You could save maybe one scarab.
Cheapskates. Get out.
Yeah, I don't succeed here. But later on I do, and I save a grand total of 2 scarabs.
What's the point?
To show the power of the GameCube.
That's too low. Okay, I'll sell it to you. Do you have to do that every time?
I was gonna say, Fox, remember what happened at the fortress? You bopped your head on the...
Flippy here. Come back when you...
I can't help you. Talk to Peppy.
Fox, I have been studying your mission. Read the information. Keep going.
Shut up!
Slippy, I need help. Shut up. Peppy, where am I going? Okay, shut up. So back at the Snowhorn Wastes, we talked to him for a grand total of 2 seconds, that big blue Snowhorn. We have to bring back his golden root.
Grundle Terry.
Yeah, he's the third one. Belinda Tay, Garunda Tay.
I thought he was drowning.
Oh! Well, I mean, we literally can't do anything, so...
At least he's warm.
But before we deliver that golden root, let's collect some fuel cells real quick. Awesome.
We want to travel somewhere else.
I'm freezing to death now.
I'm one of you.
Look, I'm incompetent just like you guys.
Yes, Fox, you are.
Hey, man. That kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
You're not supposed to agree with that.
Item was stolen from me many years ago.
I've been hungry ever since.
I've only had to eat snow and water.
In return, I will give you
So
the
water.
chance to prove yourself.
You just found something that was been lost for years. What more proving do you need?
You will begin your challenge.
Good point, Jacob. I was thinking the same thing when I played it. What are we proving? We're proving that we can play the Snowhorn horn.
We're proving that we can blow.
So now we're being challenged to something.
Tricky!
I'm sorry, I actually have no excuse for this. I don't know why we're doing this.
You found an ancient heirloom of mine that's been lost for centuries. I felt empty without it. Now prove to me why you're worthy of life.
Because I brought it back to you?
Puck, I could have done that.
But wait, you mentioned a floating dinosaur, so you already know that it wasn't me.
Are there supposed to be giant snowflakes floating around? Is that just a textural mistake?
I'm gonna say it's a texture thing. So this actually isn't too difficult. You just reach the platforms and you play, and you get like a little bit of a hint every time you blow the snow horn. The first one may actually be the most difficult because it's not apparent. I remember when I was younger that tripped me up. I was like, where is this platform? And it's like, oh no, it's right behind the guy. You have to melt the ice. Excuse me.
Prove yourself to me next!
God damn it.
What am I proving? What am I proving?
That you're me! Hoodoot hoodoot.
Oh, that sounds like myself, all right. No. Now sound like me in the corner. Yes, good, good.
Fucking sad toots.
Hey, Garundate, how's it going? Hey, does your daughter still hate you?
Thanks for reminding me.
Well, sorry you were born then, sheesh.
Grundle Terry, Blister Tammy.
So, this is Fox, realizing he's got some extra time. He's gonna do a couple laps. He's not lost.
I believe you.
I will also say that I actually do like this use of shooting the little creature to knock down a whole tree thing, because we haven't done that up until this point.
There's a creature you're shooting?
I mean, I'm assuming there's something in those trees. Maybe an owl?
Load-bearing owl.
Everybody knows trees can only grow because they grow out of owls.
Sure.
Trees can only grow because they grow out of owls. There's like 3 things wrong with that.
Only 3?
Well, there was only 2 subjects in it, but...
I know. That's what makes it impressive.
Rare could hand wave it away, being like, it's space, shut up, oh my god.
Thank you, Fox, and good luck on your quest.
Now he says thank you for proving ourselves by doing that.
I hate this game.
But hey, what it actually did was open up the next shrine for us to go through.
Reminder, I beat this game as a kid, and at this point in the LP, I almost feel like I've lied to myself. I genuinely don't remember anything except that bit in the Lightfoot village.
Maybe you were just sick one day, and that was the only thing that you could find on VHS at fucking Hollywood Videos, that one scene.
I will say that this game took me a while to beat when I was younger. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I beat it in a weekend or 2 weeks. No, it took months. But this playthrough literally took 4 recording sessions. So like, in grand total, maybe 8 hours.
Well, you took him with you, so...
This part's kinda dickish. Because it's a mixture of those terrible ice platforms from the Ocean Temple, and we have to navigate a barrel through these very slippery and tight corners.
Oh, this looks awesome.
I still wonder why people do slippery platforms. They're never fun, they're never particularly good challenges, and nobody has ever liked them, but they still keep turning up.
I guess it's because they need a quick hazard, and people are like, yeah, it's annoying enough. Oh, also, quick side note, because I do want to acknowledge, I know there's a user who's been, like, leaving behind interesting trivia on each of these Star Fox Adventure videos. Thank you very much, because he has some really cool things to say. Including, like, the names of the actual enemies, like, he's very knowledgeable about Star Fox Adventures. But he also was the one who was like, I'm pretty sure that the reason why the ladders near Cape Claw, the reason why they exist, remember how I was complaining, like, I wish there was just a platform there? They're trying to mask loading.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I was like, oh, I'm just an impatient asshole, that's why. A part of me still goes, I still wish there was a platform, though, because I'd rather just deal with a loaded screen.
But then you're just an impatient asshole, Yoshi.
I know.
Respect the devs. They did what they could.
I do respect the devs. I mean, the fact that the game looks as good as it actually does, with the time they had, and from jumping from one console to another, I gotta give them that at least.
You're just gonna assume you did it correctly.
that was me going, no, not yet. I'll hit it eventually. So, now that we broke open that wall, we have to go get another barrel, but now we have to guide the barrel through another obstacle. And this is one of those, if the barrel explodes, you have to go all the way back to the beginning to get it kind of parts.
Like this?
Yeah.
Ugh.
If you see him sliding left and right a lot, I swear I'm actually, like, lightly tapping the control stick.
Oh my god. My butthole clenching. Oh my god.
Tricky from the abyss.
Where are we going?
I need to focus. Also, why are you here?
Puts it down and explodes.
Just like a single shot of the barrel and then...
God damn it. Explodes.
I wish. So we just actually have to hit the switch 2 times. I hope you're good at perspective or at least counting down to when you should switch, because I didn't have a problem with this bit. But it is very, like you said, like butthole clenching, where you're just like, oh my god, I don't want this thing to explode, because if it does, I have to do this whole shit all over again. Those little water currents that aren't really helping much either. So here's actually where I got my first heart attack.
Oh no.
Like, we'll try to angle it right. No! All I saw in my mind was... and I had to do it all over again.
Okay. Okay.
But it's not over just yet.
Oh no.
We have to place this down very gently and fight one whole sharp claw.
One sharp claw. Take this. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know, that was funny.
One last obstacle. You gotta make sure you time it just right. And you gotta throw it. This is me debating, like, let me wait one more cycle because I'm terrified. Now! And it makes it. Okay, now we can do the next test.
Oh my god, it's like the balls from fucking Silver the Sonic the Hedgehog.
I would play Silver the Hedgehog Go 6, just say.
Silver the Hedgehog 2106. It's the 100-year anniversary.
So this test is also a joke. If you remember the Lightfoot test, just mash the A button again. And if you're like me, you can complete it in under 10 seconds. Clearly you are pure-hearted enough to take the next Crusoe Spirit Fox McCloud.
Clearly your biceps are pure enough.
You may look scrawny, but there is a lot of swole hidden under there.
There's a lot of swole in your soul.
It seems that at one point you were touched by jazz?
Your body may be thin, but your heart is swole. That's where that murmur came from, I imagine.
I'm not listening. I haven't been listening since you went in me.
Oh, everyone tells me that.
Like you'd want to go back.
So we just immediately cut back to the Crusoe Palace. We don't have to go all the way back or see this warp stone warping us. We've been here.
Warping.
So I believe the same floor that had that sharp claw, thank you music, the sharp clawed disguise button is also the same one that has the location of where we're supposed to dump it. It's gonna be an area that has the gate on it, and we just use our little gate spell on it.
Still scared.
Okay. Don't have time. Sorry. I mean, I'm glad that they're just short. You just go here, take out a door, and you're all set.
At last.
Yeah, go on.
No, that was it.
At last.
Finally.
Thanks, Dick. And that's 4 out of 6. We're 2 away from, we think, saving Crystal.
Maybe he is dizzy after he releases a Grizoa. Yeah!
Maybe he blanks out and he doesn't know that he goes inside the mouths of these statues.
Would you not be dizzy?
I've never been Vored, so I can't give an answer.
Well, let me tell you from experience, Yoshi. You get pretty
Fox, my
fucking
boy.
dizzy.
3 spellstones down and only 1 to go. You seem to be getting the hang of this. Now
By the
then,
3rd time, you're getting the hang of it.
You and Tricky to go to Dragon Rock. Your toughest challenge yet.
That's easy for you to say.
These
But where do I
bagpipes.
find the gatekeeper?
He is closer than you realize. He who
He's
has
the loser who
voice
can't
has
sleep.
plenty to say.
That could be anyone. So, can you think of which colorful character our next gatekeeper could be?
The plant.
I wish. Actually, no, it's this
I
guy.
guess there was something odd about you. The Warpstone said I should find you.
I haven't spoken since something terrible happened.
Please stop
Something
speaking
that
again.
I'm ashamed to admit.
The piano. Doo doo doo. I haven't. Oh my God! Shut up. Doo, doo.
Tell me.
I haven't spoken since they cancelled my charming sketch comedy.
He learned of our plan before he could act, and launched a full-scale offensive against us.
A general one, if you would.
He imprisoned 3 of my closest friends on Dragon Rock, and it is also where he has taken the Spellstone.
It's not
So how
often
did you
that a British
survive?
developer has
Your
a voice
skills let
actor
you
that
go.
doesn't sound
It
British.
could only be because
I am the gatekeeper.
Like actually laughing. No, you're not. You're stupid.
Is something funny to you, young man?
Your voice.
Ah, well, look who's talking. I'm not helping anymore. This planet can rot. Rot, I say!
The gate closes.
Help, my friends. They are on your side.
Thanks, Thorntail Dinosaur.
He said that like Fox wasn't going to help, and he had to remind him they're on your side.
Oh, right.
Oh, that they are? Fuck. I mean, it really feels like the galaxy is against me ever since I've arrived.
Ever since I was born. Ask about my dad sometime. I'll have a day for you.
I mean, my life was great, and I was gonna join Academy, and it was gonna be great, and then, well, he died, and now you're my friend, Tricky. Sorry, you're my associate, Tricky.
Yay, I leveled up!
Sorry, you're tied to me, and I just can't leave you.
At least that's ground level and I can't get lower.
I want to get to space so bad to avoid you, so we don't have enough fuel cells to keep. Usually, I would suggest that you pick up all the fuel cells that you've been seeing for the most part. This is the first time I've actually hit a wall. But thankfully, the shopkeep here has a bunch of fuel cells you can buy whenever you want.
That's 2.
And here I am trying that haggling trick again.
Okay, I'll sell it.
I saved 2 whole scarabs.
Oh, thank God. What are you going to spend them on?
I don't know.
Just gonna swallow him.
You pay.
That's the kind of question I usually wouldn't answer on the second date, but...
You saved 4! Dude, you're a deal maker supreme, Yoshi.
I know.
You saw one deal and did it again.
Who's the real idiot? Fox says, folding his arms and nodding. I have a currency that'll be useless when this mission is over.
Maybe they'll be crunchy.
General scales has unleashed the full force of the planet's dark energy.
That being said, we've actually unlocked the last heart of Dinosaur Planet.
He's captured a number of dinosaurs and is planning to
He's catching different dinosaurs!
You want to know what surprises me the most about Slippy?
His voice doesn't break more often.
That and who's voicing him. I saw the credits. Chris Seaver.
What did Chris Seaver do?
He voices Conker.
Well, now.
And he voices like 1 billion characters in that game, and I remember the voices being distinct, so I'm assuming he either A, didn't want to actually voice for real,
He went through negative puberty is the answer.
or he just really didn't care. I mean, if you read his Twitter, he seems like a genuinely bitter person.
Wow.
I say that as somebody who actually loves him, but it's like, oh yeah, you're the perfect role for Conker. You swear a lot.
Context sensitive!
So anyway, the ship section for Dragon Rock, this one is the most difficult because there are exactly 10 gold rings. You cannot afford to miss any of them. If you do, you have to do this again. I actually got lucky on this playthrough and I've never had to redo a single ship section. But I remember as a kid, this one gave me some trouble.
I don't hear it.
Bonk!
I don't hear that guy in his voice.
I'll say this, he's very good at making his voice completely disguised, because I had no idea. I never would have guessed Conquer the Squirrel when I heard it. Like, my eyes actually bugged out of my head when I read the credits.
Look at this.
No, we'll look at it in the next video, Tricky.
Just shits on the ground. Look at this!
Oh, you waited to do it outside. Thank you. I want to punch you, but you did a good, but also I have to look at your shit, so...
I don't know why, but I'm convinced to listen to you. I'll look at your shit, Tricky.
I don't know what's possessing me. Maybe the fact that I've had 4 ghosts inside of me at one point, but 3 ghosts. Crystal had the first one.
Is that why I briefly thought you were my friend?
If I understand this correctly, I think she actually likes animals and wildlife, and I'm indifferent, so...
Oh, she came here to save you of her own goodwill?
What a kind soul. I'm not pure-hearted. Why am I allowed to do the tests?
This game would be so much better if you were Falco.
Star Falco Adventures. I would deal with everything that I had to go through for this game just if I could be Falco. Just so he can snark and be a douchebag.
That'd be an amazing New Game Plus, at least.
Fox is kind of doing that. It's just not as funny. And it's more unpleasant.
It's more unpleasant because it kind of feels like you're watching somebody in the latter half of their career, like when they first, they went through academy, they were excited, they always said please and thank you, and I'll help you with your bags there, ma'am, on the airplane. But like now it's just like some bitter adult who drinks all the time and he just is constantly mad at everything.
And this was 8 years after Star Fox 64, so he had one mission. When nothing happened, he lost all motivation. But he didn't get a new job.
He was on space unemployment, and then when that ran out, he just had nothing else. Maybe he should have followed in Falco's footsteps. I mean, the man just disappeared into the 4th dimension, I think.
Why did anyone stay with Fox? Why was Falco the only one to leave?
I'm assuming Peppy stays just because, well, that's James's kid. I gotta respect my best friend. Slippy stayed because who else is gonna tolerate him?
Who else does he have?
He has nothing besides Starfall. Rob, he's a fucking robot. I don't know. I guess Miyamoto's just like, no, that one. Points at a picture of Falco. He is the asshole. I think I mentioned it during Star Fox 64, but like, I remember the English voice actor saying in an interview for Star Fox 64, is the English Falco voice actor. He was saying that like, his lines were difficult because the Nintendo executives kept like murmuring and going back and forth and making him redo the lines, because he wasn't douchey enough. He's like, he's not asshole enough. He's far too nice.
It's got to be more of an anti-hero, bruh.